Hi guys, Matt at PRYZM Cricket. Today I'm doing this video on our pads. I realise I've done a lot of videos on the bats and we haven't really shown off our softs. So our pads, the first thing you probably notice is they look quite different to a lot of other pads with the vertical knee roll. And that's designed for a purpose. And one of the things when we were designing the pads is we wanted to make them as light as possible and still offer test level protection. And I believe these are the lightest pads out there that offer test level protection. Obviously I haven't weighed every single pad because there are lots of other brands out starting every single day. But in terms of what I've seen, in terms of the data from other brands that have said how much their pads weigh, these come out at around 800 grams, which is the lightest I can find anywhere. So yeah, obviously we can't say that because we haven't tested each one, but I do believe these are the lightest pads out there. And the reason why we have decided to make them as light as possible is because when you're playing a shot, you don't want to feel like you've got something on your legs. When you're wearing these, you don't actually notice you're wearing them. And I think that's quite a key thing when we were designing them, to make sure they are lighter. And also, one of the things is you can run in between the wickets quicker, because obviously you've got less weight to you in a way. So playing shots and running becomes slightly easier, and you can be slightly quicker in your actions, which is never a bad thing, is it? So I'll talk about the face of the pads originally first. So we opted to have all three sections to be made of HD foam, so it's high density foam, and that's mainly because it keeps the weight down and still offers amazing protection. So I'll just give you a close-up of this. So if you press against it, you can see a little indent potentially. I don't know whether you'll be able to pick that up on the camera, but you can see that it indents it slightly, almost like a sponge then, if you know what I mean. So with the HD foam, it absorbs the impact. Unlike say pads with canes on, which will probably more so brush it off as such. Whereas another key factor about these pads, because they are soft and it is HD foam, compared to canes that will sort of brush it off, or it's basically brushing off, isn't it? Whereas with these HD foam pads, they absorb the impacts, which means if you do get a nick off your bat onto your pad, it's going to make less of a bounce, so therefore you're less likely to get caught at short leg or anywhere like that, or off the bowler or something like that. So that's another key reason why we went for this HD foam. So in every section, as I say, of the pads with the foot, so they're primarily made out of three sections, as you can see. So you've got the top hat, the knee roll, and then the main compartment of the main part of the pads, which cover most of your leg. It's got quite a big side ring on them. These are left-handed pads, but as you can see, there's a big side wing to cover your calf area. And the reason why we went for the vertical knee roll is because it helps. It's very comfort. So in terms of basically you don't need to wear them in. So you get some pads, they've got the horizontal knee roll, and sometimes you may need to squeeze them or tighten the back end of them for a while before wearing them, to sort of wear them in, if you know what I mean. So you don't have to do them with these pads, straight out the packet, and they're good to go. They're very comfortable, they're extremely lightweight, and they're great, to be honest. We know they're not to everyone's taste in terms of the look, but they are designed for a purpose, to make you lighter, and that is the main thing. So moving on to the I suppose I should mention that. So in terms of where the foot sits, it sits quite low on the foot, so it does protect your ankles very well. Obviously you can choose where it fits, so just loosen those slightly so it will sink a bit lower, and you're good to go. In terms of the padding, as you may be able to see there, it's very, very padded. So as I say, these are test level protection pads, and they do protect up to 90 plus miles an hour bowling. You can't feel a thing. So I'll go back and I'll put my hand sort of behind this middle part here, and I'll just whack it. Can't feel a thing. As I say, that's the best thing about this, about the HD foam. It just absorbs all of the impact. You can't feel a thing. So in terms of the knee area, you may be able to see there, it's very, very thick. Very thick piece of padding, so you won't actually feel anything around your knee. So, and also, just to give you a bit more of an insight inside of it. So you can see there, it's got the very padded, it's got the plastic insert inside the knee roll, so that protects your knee even more so. You can't really feel it, but you can hear that probably. So it's got like a plastic cup inside it that protects it even further, so that's padded, so it's very comfortable, and as you can see there, that's extremely padded. Went for a sort of mesh sort of material, and that's because it absorbs like the sweat, or for example, I personally like batting in the nets with shorts on, and it absorbs the moisture a bit more rather than like say if we had it all of PU, but with the PU it just offers a bit more protection behind it. The side wings, well, like the wings of protection inside, are very padded as well. They've got like an extra hard layer there as well, so it offers a bit more protection. And it goes all the way down, so anywhere around your ankles you're padded. One of the best things I think is that we found a lot of people mentioned about their pads wearing around the bottom area here from when they're wearing them, and we've gone for this extra hard material. I don't know whether you'll be able to hear it. I mean, it's extremely heavy. I mean, I've had these pads for I've been testing these pads out for about 3 or 4 years to make sure I get them right. And my pads are still looking absolutely, supreme around that, premium at the moment, like around there, sorry, not premium, but they're still looking in very good condition. So as I say, look, padded all the way down, absolutely great padding. And one of the key features I think about this is the straps. I mean, they're not too long, as you can see, so they're great for people who have skinnier legs, I would say, but also because the padding is great. It still fits a wide berth, let's put it that way. Because, for example, even if to get your leg around that, you have to have some big, chunky legs. But the one thing I always hate is seeing pads when they're, along that lines, when you see them all sticking out. Obviously, there are ways to stop that. So one of the key tips, if you didn't know, to stop, that sort of thing happening, is if you scrunch it up a bit and then put like a bit of a gap in there. So it looks a bit like that, and then therefore your strap doesn't stick out a bit further. But the straps themselves, they're all padded, so they are very comfortable to wear. So I don't know whether you can see that, but you can see there I'm pressing that in, it's nicely padded. And also it's a material that absorbs the sweat as well. And one of the key things also is this extra padded bit there, so when you're putting your pad on, that part of the strap doesn't touch your legs, so therefore it isn't uncomfortable at all. In terms of the stitching, as you can see, it's very high quality. I'm pulling on that quite hard, and it's it's not coming off. So these pads are built to last as well. So in terms of, I think I've shown you all the key features of the pad, but I just want to compare them to say a top end model. Our pads are fairly high priced, but these are the top level. We don't have any other levels of pads because we don't really seem it necessary. We don't want to offer a sub premium product, and we felt if we were doing, I know they'd be cheaper, which may be a good thing for some people, but the thing is we didn't want to offer a cheaper alternative. So all of the pads are the same throughout our range. So if you go for the Bravura, the Ignitus, or the Virtuoso, all the difference is the colour of the actual materials inside. It's just basically to match your bat. But comparing them to the price of, say, the Grey Nichols Legends, which are like over 100 quid, you've got the Miniature and Hall pads, which are similar price to the Grey Nichols pads, and we just feel these are these are at least like 40 quid cheaper than those, and they're just as good, if not better than them. I mean, as I say, their top end pads are designed to be lightweight and also offer test level protection, and so are these. And we think these are a great alternative to the bigger brands. I know they may have the horizontal knee roll, and we can't please everyone, but this is why ours are lighter than theirs. To having this vertical knee roll, which helps you to run faster and play your shot, well, be more nimble on your feet. So if there's any other questions you want to know, anything else you want to find out, if you want any pictures, like close-up pictures taken of the pads, we can do that for you. If you go onto our website, all of the contact details are on there. If you leave us a comment, we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks for watching.